Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank you for stopping by today. The subject of my vlog today is I Married a Filipina Scammer and Other Romance Horror Stories Part 3. But first, let me welcome my new viewers and new subscribers. Your kindness, your generosity, your support of my channel has truly been amazing. I'll never take that for granted. I'm a 58-year-old American who grew tired of the rat race and decided to move to the Philippines in search of a new life. Well, I found that new life, and I want to share with you my boots on the ground experiences the only way I know how. It's by giving you the nitty gritty, exactly what I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing. I'm never going to sugarcoat that. It's not going to start today. I want to show you guys something. Whenever you hear me talk about a resting place, see this here? This is like a resting place. When I was talking about buying a small plot of land up in the mountains, having built me a resting place, and also a small bathroom. That's what I'm talking about. It's about 6:30 a.m. Monday morning, San Carlos City, Negros Occidental. If anybody's never been to the Philippines, this is the world's largest export of coconuts. I mean, they're everywhere. There's some more there. The yellow ones, the juice is sweeter, the meat is sweeter if you ever want to know the difference. There's more up here. It's a lot, man. Of course, you're gonna see goats grazing, cows, pigs. But this first story I want to talk about, man, it's really kind of sad, and I've asked permission of all the stories I'm going to talk about today. And again, it's not taking advantage or profiting off of the heartbreak of other people, but these stories, nice house there, these stories will go a long way in helping other men to avoid becoming victims. I never use their real names. I just tell you the gist of the story. Okay? So it starts out bad. Okay? It says, sending way too much to my Filipina girlfriend. I'm in the States, she's in Manila. I was sending 50,000 plus pesos per month. I know it seems insane, embarrassing to admit, but it started out small, then kept increasing. It got out of control. Lots of family, emergencies, hospital bills, guys in jail, the classic headache, I think that's what you called it. I'm breaking it off with her, but I was trying to do it gradually. Probably a bad idea since she's giving me the sob story of her life now. Not about missing me, but about missing my money. She really has me caught in an emotional web. When I read that last sentence, she really has me caught in an emotional web, I was like, well, who is she? Spider-Woman? Man, you better do the only thing that you probably can do in this situation. That's block her from every social media account you've got. No, first of all, stop sending money, period. Don't send another peso. Because he goes on to say, you know, I'm paying for her apartment and support, and more family members are staying there. And this story really, it hurts me, man, because I'm going to tell you something. This is a good guy. And that's one thing that you're going to see in every story that I've done in this series. These are good men. Just looking and searching for companionship, for love. But let me remind you that the Filipina is not searching for love. Love don't pay the rent over here. Love don't put food on the table. If you offer a struggling Filipina love, she's going to reject you. But if you offer her money and make her happy, she may love you on down the line, but man, these women aren't looking for love over here. So my heart goes out to you, brother, and I just say, cut it off right now. They take advantage of our kindness. They see it as weakness. We are a game over here, man, and it's not just here in the Philippines, it's all over the world. And my advice can be taken if you're in Brazil, if you're in Colombia, Costa Rica, Panama, anywhere where they playing this game of cat and mouse and, pay now and play later sort of thing, man. Don't do it, guys. So eventually some Filipina is going to get lucky. She's the right Filipina, and she's over here, guys. You're going to meet this man. He's going to take good care of her. Imagine that, 50,000 plus per month. She's the classic Filipina headache, man, that I talked about. Y'all think I'll be joking, man. I'm giving y'all everything I got over here, man, to try to help y'all to avoid being a victim. Okay? Now this next story, he's willingly, when he sent me the message, he said, use this in your video. He's proud, to get taken. But he says, I'm John from Atlanta. I sent my Filipina girlfriend 30,000 pesos since she wasn't working. He said, then, he starts out, he says, sorry, because I wrote this down in the wrong order. He says, Calvin, you're exactly right about these women over here. Now, I didn't say all women now. He said, my Filipina girlfriend, she's a full-blown liar. He says, by the way, I'm John from Atlanta. I sent her 30,000 pesos because she hadn't been working. He said, then I saw pictures of her brothers and sisters partying with her and the boyfriend at the beach. Now they ignore my messages. And what should I do? I said, listen, don't worry. I said, once the money's gone, she'll be back. Usually with something like, he was my cousin. How many times I got to tell you guys, man, Filipinos are not from outer space. All right? They're human beings. They're not going to sit around waiting on you to get over here. There's millions of men over here. Many of them, guapo, they're healthy. They're able to take care of her needs. And usually what they do is find somebody like that and then use your money to support the good times. And, 9 times out of 10, the family is in on the game. They're complicit. And they don't care. Remember the story I told you about the gentleman who his girlfriend was engaged to him and the Japanese guy? Yeah, the family was part of the game, and they're going to play along with as long as you send that money. But see, what made me kind of angry about this message, not at him, but the woman, was I'm over here in the middle of this pandemic with all these lockdowns and stuff. I see the horror, what I call the horrors of the pandemic. They stare me right in my face, guys, every single day. And for this woman to take that money and just piss it away like that, because a lot of them aren't used to having that type of money. 30,000, you know how many months of pay that is? And we just gonna send it and give it to them like, oh, it's no big deal. $600 is nothing to him. Yeah, but over here, that's a lot of money. And it doesn't take much to ruin a person over here like that. Let me remind you that you need a certain type of edge to make it over here. And when we send them that money, we dull that edge. And then once we cut it off, they're no good anymore. They can't make it over here, man. They become soft. And we turn them into expat hunters is what I like to call them. I mean, because nobody else is going to be able to satisfy that craving now but an expat, but a foreigner. So just be careful, when you send them money like that over here. And you can't call them, I don't know how you call them your girlfriend anyway. I've got a Filipina subscriber. She has her own channel. I'll just call her Simply. On my live stream when we were talking about this, she said, guys, and this is her words, I'm quoting her. She said, guys, never send money to a woman that you never met over here. She says, and even when you chat with them on Skype or WhatsApp or Messenger, doesn't make her yours. I mean, that's the nitty gritty. That's straight from the Filipinas' mouth. But we won't listen. I don't understand it. Nobody's ever told me, ever answered my question, why do we feel obligated to take care of these women like that? I don't get it because the only dates you got is at the Western Union. Okay, so stop calling them your girlfriend because they're not. This next story, hey, man, buntag, is typical, man. He's a good guy. He did everything right. He came over here several times. They were compatible. They fell in love. They got married. Well, 8 months into the marriage, he finds out she's already married. Because remember, he's doing the right thing. He's going to get the visa. He's going to bring her over. Nope. So 8 months in, after spending thousands of pesos, taking care of his quote-unquote wife, he finds out she's married. The marriage is voided, annulled. He's heartbroken. And all it would have taken, guys, is a couple of hundred pesos for a cinema report. And he could have avoided all of that. That's it, guys. That's a report of singleness over here. It lets you know whether she's married, whether she's single, has she been married before, does she have an annulment? Yeah. But that's all he had to do, is take a couple of 100 pesos and got a cinema report. But he failed to do that, so he's heartbroken and he's out of a lot of money. I don't know why, but we sure put a lot of trust in these women that we've never really met. Mayan Buntag. This is my buddy here. I see her all over the place. I'm going to help her today because she's a good girl. Don't you get in no trouble, okay? There, go buy you something now. That's for the whole week.
Thank you.
Okay? That's for the whole week. If you see me somewhere around Gasano, don't run up on me, okay? Take care of yourself. Yeah, we put a lot of trust in these women, man. We don't know them. If they tell us they're not married, we believe them. If they say, I don't have a boyfriend, we believe them. I don't have kids, we believe them, man. Look, you got to do your research. I mean, I tell you, because some guy was telling me the other day, he said, hey, you must got a lot of trust in your woman. He says, to build that house. I said, look, that house ain't got nothing to do with it. I said, I vetted this woman. I close my eyes at night and sleep next to her. Don't you think that I vetted her already? This is her hometown. Okay. I was born at night, but I wasn't born last night. I know how to ask questions. I know who to go around. The family and friends. They're going to tell you everything you need to know. But yeah, this guy did everything right. And he still ended up in the wrong situation. Spend a couple of 100 pesos, guys. Get that cinema report. That's all it takes. And this last story, this guy is a young guy, and he wrote me a couple of weeks ago. I just now got back to him. Well, not a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to say last week. And he says, hey, I met this woman on Facebook. Now, it's going downhill already when he said he met her on Facebook. And I just asked him, I said, man, have you sent the woman any money? He said, yeah, I've sent her 50,000 pesos, which I don't believe him. I think he sent more. Because, we're embarrassed, guys, but it's nothing to be embarrassed about. We've all done it. That's why I make my videos, to stop men from doing it. But it's nothing to be embarrassed about. His story's going to help somebody. He said he met her on Facebook. He sent her 50,000 pesos over a few months, and now he can't get rid of her. He says he wants my advice. He said, should I mute her on Facebook? And I said, of course. I said, but because you sent all that money, you've ruined her now. I said, you spoiled her. The relationship is not going anywhere. I said, because you started out with your wallet and you got to end up with your wallet. He says, yeah, but I'm infatuated with her. He said, I'm not going to call it love. He said, because I know it's not love. I've never been to the Philippines, because that was my next question. I said, have you ever been to the Philippines before? He said, no. He said, as a matter of fact, he says, I'm kind of soft, sir. This is the first time I've ever sent a woman some money. I said, well, let it be the last time you send it. I said, yeah, mute her. He said, how long you think it'll take for me to get over this infatuation? I said, not long. I said, all you have to do is meet another one. I said, there's a long line of women over here like her, okay? But she's got to hunt and stay on that online a long time to find somebody like you that's going to send her that kind of money, so be careful, guys. These stories are here to help you. We're not profiting off somebody's misery, man. I've asked these guys in all my series, for their permission to talk about their stories. I just give you the gist of the stories. I don't tell you their names or anything like that. I keep them anonymous, but the point is, Filipinas have a support group here and around the world. You don't believe me? Go to Singapore. Go to the United States. Go anywhere where Filipinos are. And that sense of community goes with them. It's a lot stronger than the crab in the bucket syndrome that they've always been accused of. No. They know a whole lot more about you than you know about them. So these stories are to help you avoid marrying a Filipino scammer and being a victim of these romance horror stories. And one last thing before I go. Stop acting like you're the perpetrator. You're the victim. The first guy who's sending 50,000 plus pesos for money says, I think, I want to cut her off, but I think it's a bad thing to do at this point. She's giving me the sorry stories. He's beating himself up about sending 50,000 plus pesos to this lady who cares nothing about him. Sir, you are the victim. She's the perpetrator. Cut her off, okay? Well, thank you for stopping by today. If you're in America, it's getting late. I hope you help somebody before you let your head hit the pillow. But if you're on one of them late grocery runs, beer runs, weed runs, just getting off second shift, or you're on your lunch break and you see somebody in the street, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a few dollars. If you're in the Philippines, it's about 6:30 a.m. in the morning, Monday morning. I'm here across the street from my neighborhood. I don't know, I think this is San Juan or San Julio or whatever, but you see this big lot here. This is a big lot right here. There's no telling how much they would sell this for, because land is really expensive here now. They're not making any more land. But there's no excuse for us not to intentionally go out and find somebody to help here in the Philippines. Today on my Sunshine Shoulders Facebook page, we're going to spin the wheel 10 times in celebration of the Sunshine Shoulders 1-year anniversary. And we're going to give away 10,000 pesos, 1,000 pesos to 10 of my lucky Filipino subscribers. who need our help. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID free. See you next time.